Not sure what happened with our timing and scheduling. Actually, I'm exactly 100% sure what happened. I'm going to have to fire my assistant because my assistant put down the wrong time on the YouTube, put it down for 9 p.m. Of course, it's 2 p.m. So my assistant is going to have to be fired, but oh crap, that's me. What do I do now? Well, we're just going to have to roll. Hopefully, some people will come in and they'll see that it's live and they'll come in and we'll do what we can do. I just didn't get things right. Got a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, and we didn't get the time right on the YouTube. Sorry about that. And yeah, it's not exactly the way I wanted it to be, but we're going to talk about the devil is cast down. His time is short. It is Revelation, and it's from the book of Revelation, and reptilians, folks, are being revealed. This is some revelation knowledge. This is powerful. This is special. This is interesting. And it's weird, man, to be sitting here with nobody watching. But hey, that's what happens when you don't tell people that you're coming on YouTube. So, anyway, let me drink some hot coffee as people come screaming in. And this really is from the book of Revelation, but it's also a revelation too, ladies and gentlemen. This came to me as I think I was either doing a show or I was asleep or something like that, but powerful, powerful stuff. And it's going to answer so many questions. And it might bring up a couple more, but it's going to answer so many questions for people and give you such a great understanding of what's taking place in the world today. Tracy says, hello, chatters. And there's only two, but it's my fault. I set the time wrong. I'll repeat it since we're waiting for folks to come in. My assistant is going to be fired because he set the time wrong on the YouTube channel. And he set it for 9 p.m. when it was supposed to be for 2 p.m. But I can't fire him because he's me. And if I fire me, there's nobody here to do the show. So anyway, one of these days we'll get Dyer on the channel, but she says not yet. So folks, we're talking about the devil being cast down, his time short, the book of Revelation, and reptilians being revealed. And they are being revealed, and it's a very simple way, and it's not from seeing them being captured on a $2.99 Walmart webcam, but there are some great ways that this is taking place, and I'm going to show it to you. And we're going to come to you today out of Revelation chapter 12, verse number 12. And it's been a while since seems like it's been a while since we've been live. Lots of stuff going on. Thank you, Tara. And it is an interesting topic. Lots of stuff going on. And let's go ahead and get right into it. I know that I wasted a lot of time, but here we are. Revelation 12, verse 12. And again, as we talk about the Bible, and looking at the Bible, we have to understand that we do not believe that the Bible is the Word of God. Thank you, Serpent Don. I appreciate it so much. And if you'd ever like to talk to me about your time as a witness, even if you just want to share it personally, I invite you to send me an email at Gotham, like in Batman LTD, or Gotham, that's what it looks like, LTD@gmail.com. I enjoyed some of the videos I've seen of you talking about coming out of the witnesses, and it's certainly a subject that needs to be addressed. So good for you, Serpent Dawn, and thanks so much for that super chat. I really appreciate it. And the Bible is not something we believe in. We are like President Thomas Jefferson, and we, being me, 38 years into this, Bible college degree into this, 100,000 hours of Bible study into this, I've realized that the Bible is, for the most part, as Thomas Jefferson says, one great big dunghill. And yet, in that dunghill, there are a few diamonds scattered, and you got to dig through the dung to get to the diamonds. But when you do, they're really good diamonds. And the other great thing about the Bible is that it shows us how the enemy plans to defeat us. It's actually the enemy's battle plans against us. And because they have to have plausible deniability, it also shows us how to defeat them. We told them what we're going to do, they can say. We put it right in the Bible, they can say, and they have. So this is one of those times where we're looking at the enemy's battle plan against us, and we're able to look behind the curtain and figure out what the wizard wants to do. And the wizard's not a good guy. So look at this, folks. Let's read this. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Man, this is good stuff. But woe to the earth and the sea. With great fury, the devil has come down to you, knowing he only has a short time. And see, it's the dragon that gets thrown to the earth. Isn't that interesting? And the woman and the child, the feminine wisdom, and the become as a little child spiritually. But anyway, we're not going to go that far. The dragon has come, the devil has come down, knowing that he only has a short time. Folks, this is so important. I got notes. And I want you to see that I'm not just reading from a book. I'm reading from my notes. And yeah, I do write in all caps. That's probably some kind of a personality disorder. But let's look at this and let's see exactly what it says. Therefore, rejoice. And folks, may I just pat myself on the back for a moment? Rejoice. Here's what we're doing. This is BibleHub.com. This is the Bible. And when we click on the word, boom, what we get is the Greek for that word, what that word really means. And then we get a definition. Isn't that amazing? So we don't have to believe what other people tell us about the Bible. And you should ask yourself, I watch these channels that study the Bible, but none of them do this. They read the verse, they tell me what it means, and they tell me what to think about it. Who's this guy who's actually showing me what the verse is and then clicking on the word and showing me that rejoice really means to be cheerful, to make merry? So, folks, we're talking about the devil being cast down, and the first thing we're talking about is being cheerful, making merry. Well, how can you be cheerful and make merry if the devil's been cast down? Because here's the key, folks. You who dwell, you who have your tent, you who have your dwelling, you who have your tabernacle, you who have decided to abide where? You that have decided to abide in the heavens. You have decided to abide in the spiritual heavens. Those of us, ladies and gentlemen, that have decided to abide in the spiritual heavens, those of us who have decided to dwell in the spiritual heavens will be rejoicing, even as it looks like the devil has been cast down to earth. We are rejoicing, those of us that live in the spiritual heavens. Here's a key, ladies and gentlemen. The truly spiritual people, even in the worst of times, the truly spiritual people, even in tribulation times, which aren't real, they're made up to scare you. But even when things are supposedly at their darkest, folks, spiritual people will be rejoicing. Spiritual people will be making cheery. Spiritual people will be making merry. Not M-A-R-Y, M-E-R-R-Y. People that are really spiritual, people that are really high frequency, people that are really high vibration, even when it appears that the devil's come down with great fury and that time is short, even when it appears that that's the case, and it is, but it's not what you think it is, we will be cheery. We will be merry. And we will be bringing gospel, which means good news. Think about that. Let that sink into your heart. Those of us that are spiritual will be rejoicing, merry, happy, good news. And if the person or the people that you're watching or the person or the people that you are not cheery, are not happy, then you're not dwelling in a spiritually high vibration. If you are in a spiritually high vibration, you will be cheery, you will be happy, you will be talking, thinking, believing, and embracing good news. And folks, if you find yourself not in a happy, cheerful situation, it's simple. Start thinking on heavenly things. Start thinking on high vibrational things. Start thinking on good things, joyous things. Think on the things that are good, pure, honorable, praiseworthy. People that are truly spiritual, even in the worst of times, won't be talking about woe and doom and gloom and tribulation and horror and time running out. That's a key. By their fruit, you will know them, the fruit of their lips, the fruit of their mouth. What are the people you're listening to talking about? And if you will find out that the people that you listen to, what they talk about, that's going to end up being what you talk about and what you sound like. So those, ladies and gentlemen, that are in heavenly places are rejoicing, happy, cheerful. But what about these other people? Woe, ladies and gentlemen. What is woe? Woe is grief. Woe is alas. Woe is denunciation. Oh, bad news. Bad news. Horrible news. Grief. Bad times. Alas. Woe. Oh, man, it's awful. Things are going to hell. The shit's hitting the fan. Oh, no. Woe. Words of woe. Whoops, I'm not showing you. Boom. Boom. I get so excited. Words of woe, ladies and gentlemen. Words of fear. Words of worry. Words of grief. Words of bad things happening. Words of tribulation. Words of hard times. Words of collapse. Woe, grief. That comes from the people that, in contrast to being heavenly minded, they are what? They are of the earth. They're of this planet, the region that we are in, and they are of the sea, which of course is this planet, the region that we're in. Folks, do you understand? There's a great lesson for you right there. Earth-dwelling people, 3D-minded people are talking about grief. They're talking about woe. They're talking about trouble. They're talking about tribulation. They're talking about terrible things coming and terrible things happening. Whereas spiritually high-frequency people, heavenly-minded people, are talking about rejoicing, gladness, merriness, good news. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. It's so simple and it's so easy. How can I tell if the people I'm watching and listening to are high frequency or low frequency? It's real simple. Bavarian Witch says it sounds like the liberals. It does, because most of them are. But anyway, if you're hearing someone, just listen to them. Are they talking about gospel good news? Are they talking about merry things? Are they talking about cheery things? Or are they talking about woe, grief, destruction, trial, tribulation, horrible, bad things, tribulation, tough times coming? What are they talking about? All you have to do is listen. 2 ears. Just listen. And if they're talking about cheery, merry, rejoicing, gospel, good news things, then they're heavenly minded. Then they are heavenly minded. If they're talking about woe things, grief things, then they're earthly minded. It's just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that easy. It's just that simple. It's very easy to tell if you're listening to a high frequency spiritual person or a 3D earth-bound soul. They want to run away from the world. They want to escape, as Tracy says. Absolutely. It's a bunker mentality. They want to run away from the world, and we want to change the world. And we are in the world changing business, cousins. And let me tell you, that business is a booming. It's so easy to tell who you're listening to. And let me show you the motivation behind this whole thing. Because the devil, who's the devil? Well, it's not the guy with the red suit and the pointy pitchfork. The devil is the diablos, the slanderous, those or he that are accusing falsely, making false accusations, unjustly criticizing, hurting, maligning, backbiters, people that are slandering, and they're slandering the divinity because they're saying the divinity thinks that you are filled with original sin. They're saying that the divinity thinks that you are a sinner and you've got to be saved. They're saying that the divinity says you're filled with original sin, you need salvation, and they've got the only Savior in town. That is to be a slanderer of the divine because you do not have original sin. You've got the spark of divinity within. You do not need salvation from their Savior because you are divine, you are sovereign, you are free. And yet these that are of the devil, and we're going to get to what that means, they are diablos, they are accusers. They are accusers of the divine themselves. They say the divine is going to bring fury upon this earth. They say the divine is going to bring tribulation on this earth. They say the divine is going to kill people on this earth. They say the divine is going to destroy this earth. That's slanderous of the divine. How dare you speak that way of true divinity? You're a liar. You're a liar. These slanderers have the tales of woe. These slanderers speak the words of woe. These slanderers speak the words of grief. These slanderers speak the words of trouble. And they know nothing of the words of high frequency, heavens, rejoicing, merriness, cheer, gospel, because it's just not in them. Because they can't help but do and say the things they hear. They're children of their father. And their father is, of course, their father is the devil. Their father is the slanderer. Remember, the word means slanderer. Their father is the slanderer. And he's a liar, and he's been a liar from the beginning. Anything that talks about blood sacrifice is slanderous to the divine, and it is accusing the divine falsely. And you too, because you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. Anything that talks about crosses and salvation and atonement and accepting spirits into your body, covering yourself with blood, eating flesh, drinking blood, any of that stuff that has to do with sin, salvation, atonements, crosses, it's slanderous of the divine. It's accusing the divine falsely. And you too, because you are divine, you are sovereign, you are free. And it's so easy to know who's what. All you have to do is listen to what they're saying. Are they talking about good news, merriness, cheeriness? High frequency, spiritual people. Are they talking about gloom, doom, worry, fear, horror, tribulation? 3D, earthbound people. Well, Jeff, why do we hear so much gloom and doom, 3D, earthbound people, and so little 5D, high frequency, cheer, merry? Because there's a whole lot more of them than there are of us. It's just that simple. And why are they so loud? They're so loud because they know they have only a short time. They know they have only a short time. But I want to show you something. Most of you think the devil was cast down, thrown down against his will. He's cast down to the earth. No, look. The devil came down. Of his own volition, he decided he's going to go down. Decides to go down, decides to descend from the sky to higher land, decides to descend. And those people that you listen to that are gloom, doom, fear, they have decided to descend from a higher place of love, light, spirituality, cheeriness, merriness, gospel. They've decided to descend from that land into the land of fear, into the land of scaring, into the land of tribulation, into the land of worry. They've decided to do it. And they know, ladies and gentlemen, they know, they understand. They've conceived, they're aware. They only have a short time. TikTok, their time is running out. They have few time left, little time left, small time left. Their time is running out. That's why they're going crazy. That's why you hear so much from them. That's why they're so loud. They know they are out of time. They know that their season is over, and that's the reason for their great fury. That's why you hear so much fear porn. That's why you hear so much about tribulation. That's why you hear so much about collapse. That's why you hear so much about this is collapsing, that's collapsing, hard times are coming, bad times are coming. That's a lie. From the devil, literally, the accuser, the slanderer. How do they know that their time is short? How do they know that their time is short? And I want you to notice, folks, that look at this. I want you to notice this. This is powerful. This is strong. Watch this. He only has a short time. They only have a short time. Not us, them. Not you, he. Not me, he. These people that are talking with fury about woe only have a short time. We don't have to put up with them much longer. They only have a short time. But we that rejoice, we that are heavenly, we got all the time in the world. We got everything. We got nothing but time. Time doesn't even exist to us. We don't care. We're beyond time. We're above time because we're in the heavenly realms. Time is a 3D thing. That's why they worry about the end times. We don't worry about the end times because time isn't a thing. That's why they worry about tribulation times. We don't worry about tribulation times because times isn't a thing. We live in the spiritual realms, ladies and gentlemen. They live in earthly realms. They worry about time. We're above time. That's why they're all talking about whoa, 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 whoa. And we're talking about rejoice. Be cheery, be merry, good news. They got a short time. We got all the time in the world, cousins, all the time in the world. He and they know because they can feel the frequency changing. They can feel the frequency raising. Listen to me, folks. The people that preach woe, teach woe, believe woe, the Abrahamic religions, the Christians, and those that are Christian but say they're not, they are people of 3D. Ooh, Serpent Dawn says empty vessels make the loudest noise. Think of it. Hit an empty bottle, boom, hit a full bottle. Hit an empty bottle. Hit an empty bottle. I'm just saying. Good job, Serpent Dawn. Christianity, because that's who all the fear and gloom and doom and end times, eschatology, tribulations, blood, devil, heifers, temples, that's all woe news. That's all 3D news because Christianity is a 3D religion. Christianity is a 3D religion because its God is a 3D God. And the 3D frequency is breaking down. That's why they know they've got a short time. That's why they have great fury. That's why they're throwing all their woe at us because their 3D matrix is breaking down. Their world is disappearing. And they know that if they don't lock you into 3D mentality now, it's going to be a whole lot harder to lock you into 3D mentality when 3D doesn't exist anymore. Now, whether it's because the 3D generator on the moon is mechanically breaking down, or whether it's because we're doing our job and people are realizing they're divine, they're sovereign, they're free, they're raising their frequency, and that the raising tide is lifting all boats. Either we're doing a really good job and we're raising the frequency, or the frequency generator is breaking down and they feel it, we feel it. I happen to think it's a combination. And as Claudette says, it is the God of the Matrix. Christianity is a 3D religion. Christianity's God is a 3D God. Christians are 3D earthbound people. That's why they talk of woe, woe, woe. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's awful. End times, tribulation times. Everything's going to hell. But we are not 3D people. We are 4D, 5D people. We are people in the heavenly realm. That's why we see the same things happening. Hey, Vinny, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. Vinny Eastwood. I call him New Zealand's answer to Alex Jones, and I mean that in a very, very positive way. Vinny Eastwood, one of the best truth tellers and reporters of true journalism on the planet. Vinny, we need to have you back again sometime. But these people that are earthbound Christians and those that are Christians but say they're not, that's why they're woe, because they're earthbound and they know this 3D matrix is collapsing. But those of us, we see the same things happening. This is another way you can tell who's who. We see the same things being manifested in the world, and we say we rejoice because we know good times are coming. They're filled with fury and woe because they know their time is ending. It's so simple. It's so easy once you see it. 3D frequency is deteriorating. It's literally ending the 3D world. The 3D world is breaking down. And folks, here's a info drop right here. The 3D matrix is reptilian. The 3D matrix was either created by the reptilians or created to keep the reptilians under control and quarantined. Either way, doesn't matter. The 3D matrix is reptilian in design or reptilian in purpose, one or the other. And Christianity, Islam, Judaism, 3D religions, earthbound religions. That's why they're the ones talking about woe and terror and tribulation and end times, because their time is ending. Our time, I would say our time's just beginning, but we don't even deal with time. We're above time. We're beyond time. We got no time for time. We got no time for time. And they're bound by time. And they're driven by time. And as Claudette says, let's watch those lizards fall. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. The reptilians are being revealed. The reptilians are being decloaked. But not the way you think they're being decloaked. You're not going to see them shapeshift on a $5 webcam from Walmart. It's not going to happen that way. Here's the way that the reptilians are being decloaked right now before your faces. Before your very eyes, the reptilians are being decloaked. Do you know how? Because anyone that is speaking words of woe, let me go back to this little scripture here. Anyone that is speaking words of woe is reptilian. Anyone that talks about the times being short or the times running out, they're reptilian. Anyone that talks about the fury of the devil, they're reptilian. Anyone that talks about blood, salvation, atonements, crosses, getting saved, asking Jesus, asking the Father into your heart, they're reptilian. People that are rejoicing, people that are heavenly minded, they are not reptilian. It's just that simple. It's just that easy, ladies and gentlemen, to tell who's who and what's what. It really is that simple. Who is cheerful and who is merry? Who is preaching gospel, which means the good news? They are not reptilian. They are high frequency. They are 5-dimension people, 5th-dimension people. Who is preaching grief, woe, and trouble? End times, eschatology, bad times. Who's saying time is running out? Who's saying it's the end times? They are reptilians. They are earthbound souls. And you have a choice who you're going to listen to and who you're going to be. The only question is, how many of them that are preaching this don't know that they're reptilian? How many of them don't know that they're reptilian? How many of these, as Vinny would say, how many of these preachers of scumbaggery, how many of them know that they're reptilian? Well, if they don't know they're reptilian, they're ignorant because the news is out. I mean, I've been saying this news for at least 5 years. The news is all over. We're talking about it. So I'm going to say they're not ignorant. I was going to say those that are reptilian might be ignorant, but they're not even ignorant anymore because the information's there, but they won't listen to it. So if you have information, if you don't have information, you're ignorant. If you do have access to information but won't accept it, then you're stupid. So those that don't know they're reptilian are stupid, and I don't think that I would want to follow, listen to, or be led by somebody that's stupid. That's just me. How many of them know that they are reptilian? More than you think. Jackie says they're blind. That's because Jackie's a nice lady. She wants to think the highest of people. She wants to rejoice. She wants to be spiritually minded, heavenly minded. But Jackie, I think you'd be shocked at how many of them know they're reptilian. How many of them know that they are speaking and teaching reptilian doctrine? I think a lot of them know. And here's the big question. Bellstar, knock it off or I'm going to knock you out. You're taking away attention from my presentation and I'm not taking it anymore. This is too important. I don't care about what happens Friday. I care about what happens today. So knock it off. How many of them, ladies and gentlemen, are reptilians? Ooh. How many of them are reptilians in human form? And I got a revelation the other night, and they'll slither into your wallet. Here's a revelation. There's a lot of people walking around right now that look human on the outside because they are human on the outside. But reptilian souls have pushed the human souls out of those vessels, and they're nothing but a meat suit with the human soul pushed out and the reptilian soul taking it over. Why do you think they want you to ask Jesus into your heart, ask the Father into your heart, so they can bring another entity into your body and push you out? Why does Paul teach, I must decrease so you can increase? They're telling you, I got to do another study on that. They want you to decrease so they can increase. They want the human in you to decrease so the reptilian in you can increase. Many people right now that are Christian preachers know they're reptilian. They are reptilian souls possessing a human body, and heaven only knows what they did with the human soul that previously inhabited that body. Is it down there being tortured and held? Has it been cast out? Who knows? Many of them know that they are reptilian. Many of the people on YouTube that are preaching woe, tribulation, terror, death, collapse are reptilian souled individuals. They are reptilian. Vinny says that's one thought of the demon possession nature of converting people to religions. Ooh, it is. So, folks, the devil has come down. He wasn't cast down. He decided to come down. The accusers, the slanderers have come down. They know their time is short. The 3D matrix is breaking down. The reptilians are being revealed. You can know them by the fruits of their speech. People that are speaking high-minded, rejoicing, merriness, cheeriness, good news, gospel, those are heavenly-minded people. Those are fourth and fifth dimension frequency people. Those are not reptilians. The ones that are preaching gloom, doom, Whoa, the ones that talk about having a short time, they are either being used by reptilians or they are reptilians, and many of them are, and many of them know. Wow, that is powerful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I'd put the time right so we could have had more people here, but we will have more people hear this as the days and weeks go on. This is a powerful revelation. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, and I forgot to talk about any of my sponsors, and that's too bad because it's very important to be in a place where you're able to think clearly and where you're able to be in a high frequency place, and Fluffy Focus Life Force Energy helps you do that. It literally helps you get out of the low, whoa density and into the high, good news of density. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Fluffy logo, FLFE, and get a higher frequency and more nurturing frequency into your life. And if you're having troubles, ladies and gentlemen, chronic illnesses, injury, disease, go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the stem light logo, stem cell therapy from donated umbilical cord stem cells. It's miraculous. It's turning people's lives around. And I'm excited to announce something new. Stem cell therapy, expensive. Let's just be honest. It's expensive. Some of you are not able to partake of it right now, but we do have a new sponsor in league with StemLight. And if you go to my website, jeffreydaugherty.com, click on Create Yourself Nutrition, there is nutrition and supplements there that are designed to improve the stem cells you've already got. Help the stem cells you already have, and use that until you can get to the place where you can have new stem cells. But help the stem cells you've already got. Create Yourself Nutrition. Click on it, and it will take you to the place where you can get those great products. And, folks, if you want 2 weeks free from Gaia, click on the Gaia logo. If you want to smell very manly or very feminine, and if you want to have a little tingle in your shower, if you want to help veterans, click on the Freedom or the Hero Soap logo, Let Freedom Clean. Sorry to do that all at once, but it's very important to get those things out. Reptilians run the schools. Yes, they do, says Kel Belly. Is there any way to see the reptilians you speak of? Rab, I just told you how you can see them. Listen to what they're saying. If they're talking woe, if they're talking short times, end times, gloom, doom, fear, guilt, that's a reptilian. If they're talking good news, rejoicing, cheery, heavenly minded, that's not a reptilian. It's very simple to do it. Very, very simple to do it. So many YouTube channels preach doom and gloom, says Deadly Rush. They're reptilian. No doubt about it. Jeff is having a great hair day. Thank you, Audrey. I am going to take care. Thank you so much. Cautious Observer says his thumbs up keeps disappearing. I see it. Thank you for it. Let's see. Tracy says they're transitioning to religion soul swap. Absolutely. I don't know, Vinny. He says Alex is probably reptilian. I think Alex has had a kind of a rebirth a little bit, but you could be right because Alex can't get out of that Bible, Jesus, end time thing. If he could just get past that, you might be right, Vinny. I hate to admit it. You might be right. Let's see. Bavarian Witch says, thus the term cold-blooded. Absolutely. Audrey says she knows a few snakes. It makes perfect sense. Absolutely. OMG, Bavarian Winch agrees. The reptiles are in charge, says Old Rider, but not for long. I agree 100%. They will slither into your wallet, as Jackie says. I think one can know by their spirit and their heart motivation, says Cynthia L. Absolutely. That would suck to wake up one day and find out that you're a reptilian. But it would suck worse to not wake up and find out you're a reptilian, right, Audrey? So if you are a reptilian and you think you've been possessed by a reptilian soul, take it back. Kick out the reptilian. Kick out Jesus. Kick out the Father. Get out from under the blood. Take back your divinity, your sovereignty, your freedom. Greta either is reptilian, Vinny, or is being controlled by a reptilian soul. There's no doubt about it. Let's see, what else do we have here? Questions. Great answers. Let's watch those lizards fall. Do I think the moon is a tangible object? Asked Rab. Yeah. Name a time and date, brother. We'll do it again, Vinny. No doubt. I'll send you a Facebook message. Anne Marie, nice to see you. Let's see. It's God is this matrix. Absolutely, Claudette. I agree with you 100%. Let's see what else we got here. Thank you, Goldie Bell. I appreciate that very much. KTM, nice to see you. Hope things are turning up for you. Claudette says your show with Rocky last night was great. Some of the best shows I've seen on YouTube. Thank you so much. Guard your gate, says Tracy. Very, very important to do so. And I appreciate every one of you being here. I'm sorry that I did not give you the correct time. Don't try to be a snake charmer. Be a snake slayer. You can't charm a snake. Just get rid of that snake. All right, Vinny, go make your wife's coffee. Congratulations. She's pregnant again after trying for 13 years. Congratulations to Vinny and Mrs. Eastwood. We'll talk to you soon, Vinny. Nika Domi, nice to see you as well. We appreciate each and every one of you that's come in today. You know now why the devil's come down. You know now why his time is short, and you know who he is and who they are. You've heard this from the book of Revelation. You've received a revelation, and you know now that reptilians are being revealed, and you know how to see who's reptilian, who works for the reptilians, or who may already be taken over by reptilians. Please give a thumbs up if you like this message. Give a thumbs down if you hated this message. And you really should, if you're here, you should subscribe, because if you like me, you don't want to miss any of the information we're bringing. If you hate me, you better keep an eye on me, because we're just getting started. Nika Domi says that Poland had their elections this weekend and a religious regime won. Sorry to hear that, Nika. That is bad news. And yet we know that their time is running out. We're beyond time. We're divine. We're sovereign. We're free. Folks, history's always been written by the winners, and I'm glad of that, because we are divine, we are sovereign, we are free, and we can win today, which enables us to write a better tomorrow. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. We are the last generation of real humans. We can make a better world if we'll just get busy.